Alright, so let's do IELTS speaking today, class. So we have two students, I mean maybe three if Phúc is coming, but I don't know. Probably he forgot. So two students from class out 40 left. So let's do our speaking practice today. Okay, so let's start with 42, part 1, 42. So Tường, please, do you use headphones? Remember, headphones and earphones are different, okay? Earphones are the one you put inside your ear, but headphones are the two things that you put over your ears, okay? Cái tai chụp vào nó khác với lại cái bỏ đút vô tai. So headphones and earphones are different. So you can talk about earphone as well. So Tường, do you use headphones?
Well, actually, I'm not someone who in possession of many headphones or earphones as well, due to the fact that I do not usually use those of devices for listening. I would love to listen directly to the volume for my phone instead. So that's might be like once in a blue moon for me to use any kind of headphones or earphones.
Yes. Alright, so how about you, Trung? Your name has been TJ. Weird. So, Trung, what do you use headphones?
Sure, I do headphones when I study online, and I think headphone is very helpful to me.
Helpful.
Helpful is very helpful and useful to me when studying online. Yeah.
I see. So, Trung, what do you use it for? So, studying online only?
I use headphones to not only study online but also to listen to music.
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 Music. Sometimes I use this to record my voice when I practice speaking at home.
When I practice speaking at home, I say, all right, I see. So, Tường, what do you use headphones for, and what types of headphones do you use? Because we have many kind of headphones, okay?
Okay. So normally I would use my earbuds for listening to music, or if I need to watch any videos in a public. So they're earbuds. So basically they're on ear headphones. So they're the one that kind of tiny, and the color of them is identical to my skin tone. So normally people won't easily notice me wearing earbuds. I got them from Shopee, like for about 500 Vietnamese dong or something like that.
Okay, right, I see. How about you, Trung? What types of headphone do you use?
Okay, so I use a headphone. It was from the brand Logitech, I think. Okay, and it is a headphone specialized for the concept. It has a very simple ear pad and the headband, but the microphone can capture the voice really well.
Okay. I see. It captured the everything really well. Does it have a noise cancelling function? Chức năng mà chống ồn á. Nó gọi là nó cancel tiếng ồn á. It has a noise cancelling function as well.
Yeah. Noise cancelling is very popular nowadays on headphones and earphones. However, my headphone is an entry-level product, so it doesn't have any of the fancy feature. It just it only allows me to listen and to talk with people on the other end of the internet.
Right. Does your headphone has a microphone attached? Like attached microphone?
Yeah, it has a microphone attached.
Okay, so that is not a headphone. That's actually called headset, you know.
Ah.
That is called a headset, okay? It's not called headphone. A headphone is only like, you know, for listening. But if you have an attached microphone, it's actually called headset, okay? So, Mr. please, when would you use headphones?
Well, I usually use my earbuds when I want to relax, like listening to music or podcast while I'm traveling or exercising, or sometimes when I need to chat with my friends over the phone in the public, I would use it because they are kind of convenient. And thanks to this type of technology device, I can like enjoy listening to something in a more convenient way.
Okay, I see. Right, okay, so, Tường, do you think earphones are better than headphones? Một cái nó có cái bất tiện riêng của nó. Everything has its pros and cons. Like headphones, you cannot wear for a long time because it's very hot in this weather as well. Earphones, sometimes it's quite annoying. It's not very comfortable for the ear as well, you know. Đeo nó cứ nhức nhức tai nó cứ. Yes.
Well, I guess that headphones will offer better noise cancellation, or you can like fully cover your ears with headphones, and you know it kind of a more comfortable listening experience because it would not make your ears feel pained or ached for a long time. But for earphones, I think that most of the earphones are cheaper and more convenient. Like you can slip it into your pocket or bag with ease, and they're not as like conspicuous to wear. Like we can choose between wired or wireless earphone as well. So I think that earphones are much better than headphones nowadays.
Okay, I see now. Trung, what do you think? Do you think earphones are better than headphones?
I don't think earphones are better than headphones because they are built or made for different use for different purposes of using. For example, the headphones are bigger. It has so it can deliver louder music, louder voice, and very detailed audio quality. But due to its size, it can be a challenge when using headphone in public. Or imagine you use a headphone to walk around in the park. Okay, so
well, these days
be...
I've seen a lot of people wearing headphones to the gym even, you know. It's weird, right?
Yeah, but I believe that usage is not convenient, right? And meanwhile, the earphone has more tiny shape, so it can fit in your pocket. It's very convenient, and you can listen to music and enjoy your music and enjoy your podcast without the attention from surrounding people.
Like for example, you can just listen to whatever on headphones when the people around you just having dramas.
Yeah.
Isn't it wonderful? Yes. Super wonderful. So, Mr. Trung, do you feel uncomfortable wearing headphones for a long time? Like, you know, Some people, they just don't like that because it's very hard, inconvenient, something like that. Or sometimes, you know, in this weather, tropical weather, it's just terrible having to bear the heat, you know.
Yeah, wearing headphone feels uncomfortable to me. Um, it is very big. I mean, the headphone very big, and it could attract a lot of attention from the people around. So yeah, around me. So I don't like that. Okay, and I think people wearing headphone in public space or yeah, or in the place where there are a lot of people just showing off, just show off the the
Showing off what?
pricey
Showing off what?
showing up the pricey headphone that they are using. Yeah.
I see. You know, I
Yeah.
do think that headphones can sometimes be a way people show off too. Because
Yeah.
people often show like very flashy, beautiful headphones just, you know, just to show up in the
That's
gym,
it.
in the park, or places.
Yeah, because the main purpose of going to the gym or in the park is to exercise, not to enjoy the high-end or highly sophisticated music. So a pair of earphones is just enough to work out. No need for a big
I think
or
so
fancy.
too.
Yeah,
But
okay,
I
no
don't
need
just
for a
don't
big
understand why people can just walk, can just run with headphones on. I was like, what? How's it
That's it.
possible?
Yeah, right.
How is it possible? How is it possible? Yeah. So what do you think, Tương? Do you feel uncomfortable wearing headphones?
Well, to be honest, that wearing them for an extended period, like from 3 to 4 hours straight, can cause a little discomfort to my ears. Because yeah, like if I have to listen to an online class, or I have to join an online meeting, I will always try to take my earphones off from time to time, or I use speakers when I'm not alone. Oh, when I'm alone, like I'm not surrounded by people. So I would take off my earphones to use the speakers of my devices instead.
Oh, I see. Well, so it's not uncomfortable for you, I see. So, in what conditions would you not use headphones? Trong tình trạng nào mà không dùng headphone nhé?
Well, I would say that whenever I'm walking on the road, or
Walking
go
or
for a
walking?
walk,
Walking or walking?
walking
Walking on the road, okay.
or cycling, because I think that wearing earphones or headphones is extremely dangerous when we're outside, because we cannot hear the surroundings. So, because I'm actually afraid of being crashed into some accident, or
Yes, of
cause,
course.
yeah, and cause some troubles for the other vehicle. So I would, because some accidents can happen in most unexpected way, and we
Exactly, you
have to
don't
make
want
sure
that.
that.
And you
So
really, really don't want that. Okay. Okay, so in what conditions would you not use headphone? Would you use it when you are traveling on a road? Because I've seen a lot of people do that, you know.
I would not prefer to use headphone when it involves in a situation that involves a lot of movement, like working out. Yeah, because I find in such situation the headphone can be a hindrance, and I'm afraid that if I move a little fast, it can fall off and break, and the headphone can be expensive.
Of course, it's expensive, especially the one from Apple, you know.
Right. Yeah, that's it. to fix. So I would avoid using headphone in the situation where I move a lot. Yeah.
When I move a lot, I say. Right, okay. So talking about that, we can move on to the next one. Okay, so I would like you to go to part 2 and part 3 now, class. So we did 88 before. So let's do 89. Okay, describe a cafe. Remember. Okay, Phúc is here. Perfect timing, Phúc. Alright, Phúc is here. Okay, remember, a cafe is basically the same as coffee house or coffee shop. But we don't have something called cafe shop, okay? We don't have something called cafe shop, okay? We just say cafe or coffee house or coffee shop, okay? Đừng có dùng sai nha, đừng có dùng chữ cafe shop nha. Okay, so describe a cafe you would like to visit. You should say where it is, what kinds of food and drinks it serves, phục vụ thức ăn đồ uống gì, what do you do there, bạn làm gì ở đó, and explain why you like to go there, giải thích tại sao bạn lại thích đi đến chỗ cà phê đó. And then part 3, what kind of people would you like to go to a cafe with? Loại người nào bạn mong muốn đi tới quán cà phê với cái người đó. Why do young people like studying in a cafe instead of at home? Tại sao người trẻ thích học ở quán cà phê thay vì ở nhà hơn? Do old people usually like to drink coffee? Người già có thường thích uống cà phê không? And do Vietnamese people like to drink coffee? Người Việt thông thường á, người Việt có thích uống cà phê không? So, when talking about cafe, you can talk about all the kind of drink as well, you know. Remember that one. Because you can talk about all the drinks related that are also sold in a cafe, you know. Mình có nói về nhiều thứ đồ uống khác nhau mà cũng được bán trong quán cà phê nha. Chứ không nhất thiết là phải là món cà phê nha. Mấy giống như người ta đi cà phê đâu phải là chỉ để uống cà phê đâu. Just like when people said, let's go to the coffee shop. It doesn't mean that you have to drink coffee, you know. Okay, so focus on this one. Okay, so Mr. Trung, please, can you describe a cafe you like to visit, please? Hello, Mr. Trung, please, your microphone, please.
Okay, hi.
Okay, please.
Hi. Yeah. As a adult, I went to a lot of cafe.
Yes.
But I don't. But actually, I don't have any favorite cafe because
Private cafe.
No, I don't have any favorite cafe.
Okay.
Maybe my standard is a little high, so I can only have my imaginary cafe. Okay. So, in my opinion, my imaginary cafe must be quiet. Yeah, there would be people, but not too many. And the menu can be simple. It would have a lot of sunshine and trees and open space and a cat. However, the odor or the smell cannot be strong. And okay, so that my type of imaginary cafe, and I hope that one day I can have enough of money to build my own cafe and make my dream come true.
Remember, owning a cafe is not an easy business. A lot of people have done that, and a lot of people have failed. Remember that one. So be realistic, okay? Hãy thực tế nha.
Or I will get wealthy, too wealthy that I build my cafe for fun. Don't care about the
really?
revenue.
But you have to
Yeah.
be realistic. Remember, cái chuyện cũng muốn có cái cà phê là một trong những cái giấc mơ mà nhiều người làm, nhưng mà không hề dễ chút nào đâu nha. Trừ khi cái nhà đó là cái nhà của em luôn thì dễ dàng rồi. Except when you are the one who owns an apartment and you're making it into a cafe. Then that is something you can do, but do not rent a place just to make a cafe, okay? It's not gonna work. I mean, except if you have the capital, nếu có nguồn vốn, if you have the capital and you are willing to take the risk for a few years, okay? Because many people have failed this business. Remember that. Không có vốn, xong rồi cái mạo hiểm mượn tiền làm cà phê rồi chết. Rất nhiều người bị vụ này. Okay, so Tường, please, your turn. Please describe a cafe you like to visit.
Well, I'm a coffee lover, and I like to have a cup of coffee over a conversation. So here I'm going to talk about a cafe which is quite popular in my city. It calls the coffee house. We can call it TCH for short. I think that there's so many chances of this coffee house, but I would go to the nearby one in District 7.
Yes.
So the urban crowds like to visit here because of the decorations and the wide range of options for the customers to choose. I think that the coffee house is popular for its coffee, and there's a huge range and burger, so we can choose instead of coffee. There's so many drinks, the other drinks for customers to choose, such as smoothie or Foster, or you can drink tea instead. So one can have a variety of cold and hot drinks here, and of course, this cafe also serves yummy, delicious sandwiches, which are really good. I usually visit this place when I'm craving coffee and sandwiches. I usually came here to finish my homework as well. Those which are not really need concentrations. So whenever my friends and relatives come for my hometown, I usually bring them here to enjoy my favorite drink as well. I really like this place because they really take care of their customers, and I really love the decorations as it brings me the cozy vibe, and the atmosphere is really good for me to enjoy my drinks after the hard work.
I see. Okay, very good. That's a good answer. Right. Food, please, your turn to describe a cafe. A cafe you would like to visit. Cái dấu nhấn âm nó nằm ở chữ phế á. Describe a cafe you like to visit.
Cafe.
Yes. Go on.
Cafe I like to visit is...
Nó lớn lên, trời ơi.
Lớn lên thì em còn đang đâu ạ? Chơi xong mà còn đang đâu ạ? The cafe I like to visit, which is nearby Lotte supermarket.
Trời ơi, đọc vài mà đòi được 5 chấm mới chết liền á. Come on, describe a cafe you like to visit. Come on, be serious. Tập trung vào, Phúc. Sao tôi hết nghịch hành rồi nha. Mọi thứ đã trở lại bình thường. Hello, Phúc. Come on, turn on your microphone, please. Never mind that. We can go to part 3 if he's not ready. Đang mệt từ từ, giọng còn đang đau. Okay, fine. So I think you can just be in the class, okay? You don't have to talk today if you feel very tired, okay? Okay, Trung, please. So what kind of people would you like to go to a cafe with?
Okay. I don't have a specific type of people to go to a cafe with. Mostly, I enjoy myself being alone at a cafe. But if I meet someone who is interesting enough, I would invite him or her to go to the cafe with me, and we can have a good conversation.
I see. So, Mr. Trung, why do young people like studying in a cafe instead of at home? You know, they like to study there, and they also like to work there as well.
Yeah. Okay. So based on my experience, uh, although I am not young, but I still like working or studying in a cafe instead at home because whenever I am at home, I was surrounded with a lot of distraction, like my computer, my guitar, the cat, the food, and they distract me from the main purpose, which is to study or to work. And when I go to the cafe, I am surrounded with people who are also working and studying. So I must, you know, it delivers an atmosphere, okay,
Okay.
and it encourages me to work and to study just like other people.
Okay. Right. So it's environment that count, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So why don't you go to a library instead, for example? But why a
Yeah.
cafe? Why a cafe? It can be a library, you know.
A library can be boring. You know, in the library, most people go to the library for the silence and for just showing show showing their face onto the book, and some people don't care about how they dress. And in a cafe, we can watch and see people in beautiful outlooks. Yeah, okay, and I do enjoy uh, beauty from everything and from every kind of people.
I see. Right, different kinds of people encourage you, I see. So, Mr. What do you think? What kind of people would you like to go to a cafe with?
Well, actually, I think that it actually depends because sometimes I would like to go there with my close friends because we share the same interests. So there would be some long conversations, like chatting and discussing about all things in this world. But besides, I usually hang out in the cafe with my mother or sometimes my whole family because we really love the cozy atmosphere that the coffee brings to us. So this would be no matter how anyone that I would like to hang out with in the cafe.
I see. Anyone you wanted to hang out with. Would you like to see children in a cafe? That's a no, right? Would you like to see children running around in cafe and shouting? Đó là một of course that's out of the question, right? Câu không cần phải hỏi cũng biết. Alright, so Mr. Why do young people like studying in a cafe instead of at home?
Well, I think that the younger generations is like have a preference for hanging out in the cafe. Like probably not only the coffee itself, because coffee shops normally possess eye-catching designs and they're well decorated settings, and so that the customers with a delectable menu full of tasty drinks. So these are also spots of interest to a lot of youngsters. So since they can make use of these venues for a wide range of purposes, so that besides they can like working and having or relaxing at the same time, because many of youngsters today would love to what can I say, uh,
Yes.
finishing their device at the coffee shop, because I think that it would be more that they would focus on their deadlines more than they are alone or they stay at home.
Okay. That sounds great, don't you think? Okay, but then my question for Mr. Trung remains for you. But why a cafe? But why not a library? Or why not under other kind of environment? But why do people like to study in a cafe instead of at home or other places? Why a cafe? Tại sao phải là quán cà phê?
I think that studying at a cafe seems to be trendy nowadays in the past. The actual reasons behind this trend may be that there's so many coffee shops appeared in the urban areas today. Because actually, if we're talking about libraries, that place can serve you with a completely silence and seriously, so, in which you can find so many reference books or any kinds of you can be totally avoided of distractions. But in a coffee shop, it's actually not about a place for people to study, but it can serve youngsters with the feelings of being, what can I, like I think that the main reasons that youngsters love go to the cafe or study in the cafe, because it serves almost drinks and some beverages as well. Because if you have studied for a long time, it will you will be distracted by the
you'll be tired and you need drink and food, right?
And of course, libraries are not allowed.
Library people do not allow people to bring food and drink into the library, right? I see. So, Mr. Trung, do old people usually like to drink coffee?
In my country, Vietnam to be exact, old people like to. A lot of old people like to drink coffee. You can see on the street every morning people of all kind of ages. They gather in front of the takeaway small cafe on the pavement to drink coffee. So yeah, in Vietnam, a lot of old people like to drink coffee.
Okay. I see. Right. So, Trung, please, do Vietnamese people like to drink coffee? Like, this question is a very general question. It means children, adolescents, young adults, people in their middle ages, or old people. So, do Vietnamese people like to drink coffee?
In general, Vietnamese people like to drink coffee. The coffee can taste a bit bitter for the children or the teenagers, but as they grow up, they will grow to love the taste of coffee, and I do believe Vietnamese people generally like to drink coffee.
Right, okay. What do you think, Mr. Do Vietnamese people like to drink coffee, or they like to drink other kind of drink? Other kind of drinks?
Well, I guess that
beverages.
in Vietnam, drinking coffee has become a part of Vietnamese culture, like a way of life, rather than just a local beverage. because we can easily find coffee shops on any corner of the street. A time for coffee is not just to take a quick drink, but also to hang out with friends. So that's why Vietnamese people love to drink coffee a lot. In any time of the day, like if someone needs caffeine in the morning, they would drink coffee for a energetic day. But we can also hang out in some coffee shops in the afternoon as well.
Right. But people wouldn't drink coffee at night, no?
No, because that will cause insomnia. Like they would cannot get to sleep.
It's hard for people to. It's hard. Dùng cấu trúc của ít nhiều hơn nha. Use the structure that start with it's more. Okay. It's harder for people to get to sleep if they drink coffee in the evening. Nói chung cấu trúc của it's nên xài nhiều hơn. Okay, but I have seen a lot of coffee shop. I mean, still opening in the evening, and people still drink coffee. I mean, it's like a part of Saigon culture, or Hanoi culture as well, like Saigonese culture or Hanoian culture. Like, what do you think about that? Nó là một phần của văn hóa của Sài Gòn hoặc là của vùng Hà Nội luôn á. So, what do you think, Trung? What do you think about that culture when people like to drink coffee any time of the day, including in the evening as well as morning?
I think that's a signature of Vietnam.
Oh, signature, yes.
And I think it's good because when something have its own unique feature, it stands different from other things. And the habit of drinking coffee every time of the day can tell Vietnamese apart from other nationalities.
Well, maybe you haven't seen other cultures around, but I think Vietnamese people like to be in coffee shop the most, to be honest with you. Có rảnh rang thời gian ngồi cà phê lắm luôn á. Yeah. Okay, so and coffee shop is actually a good place. A lot of people choose to finish the deadlines, Chạy deadline, chạy cà phê quá trời luôn á. I've seen a lot of people they finish the deadlines in coffee shop. I mean, I'm not so sure if it's the right place to do that, but a lot of people they choose to do so in coffee shop. Alright, let's try 90. Describe a time when you got up early. Past tense, okay, quá khứ. Miêu tả một thời điểm mà mình dậy sớm. You should say when it was, what you did, why you got up early. Tại sao mình phải dậy sớm nè. And how you felt about it. And then part 3, do you know anyone who likes to get up early? Bạn có biết ai mà thích dậy sớm không? Well, this question might sound like a part 1, but you should expand it, okay? Phải mở rộng nó ra theo kiểu mà giống như là thông thường thì sao, con người ta thông thường thì sao? Like try to use a more general examples of people in different age groups, những người nhóm tuổi khác nhau chẳng hạn. Why do people get up early? Tại sao con người ta lại dậy sớm? Think about people who have to work early. Like for example, people who sells stuff, who sells goods on the market. They have to get up very early, Or businesses, they have to open their business early. Their business is early. Like for example, 5 o'clock they have to open, so that people can start their day and have their breakfast and drink there, And also, people get up early because of work, of course. You have to explain why. You have to give examples, What kinds of occasions need people to arrive early? Những cái dịp nào cần con người ta phải tới sớm? Why do some people like to stay up late? Tại sao một số người họ thích thức khuya? Wow, this question sounds like it's for me. I like to stay up late because I like to binge watch videos. I like to chat with people overnight, something like that. I like to keep in touch with people because during the day they have to work, but at night a lot of people they stay up late so they can chat with me, something like that. Okay, you be creative with these questions and answers, okay? Alright, John, please describe a time when you got up early, please.
Yeah. So I remember I had to get up early in my previous job. Okay. During the training section, I needed to get up. I needed to be on the site around 7 a.m. So I had to get up around 4 or 8 a.m. To get myself prepared. Okay, so at first I struggled to get up early, because 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. in the morning was
That's a
extremely
terrible time when you have to wake up so early. How come?
Yeah, wasn't very early. Even the bird was still asleep at such time. Okay, so however, um, due to the pressure, the financial pressure, I need to be more disciplined with myself, and I need to get up early, and I needed to form a habit. Um, in order to get up early, I need to go to bed early as well in the previous night, and through time, I have this habit until now. And right now, without the alarm on the phone, I can, or I am able to automatically get up around 4 or 8 in the morning, and I do feel appreciate my previous job. Like they taught me how to get up early without
Okay.
the help of the alarm. Yeah.
Okay. I see now. Right, Tương, please. So describe a time when you got up early, please. Since you're a student, of course, you have to get up early all the time, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Okay, as I'm a student, so I have to get up at 6 a.m. on a daily basis. So here I'm going to talk about occasions that I wanted to establish a habit of getting up in the summer vacation. Well, to be honest, that I'm not an early bird at all. So normally getting up early is a difficult habit to me. Most of the time, I try to get to bed early at 11 p.m. or something like that. But normally I would lie on the bed and surfing the net all night. So, but there was a time when I actually wanted to establish a new good habit of getting up early because, people said that it would make me more productive and energetic when I can do that every day. So for another reason, I think that I would have more time to finish my plans for the following day. So on a summary day of a couple of months ago, I decided to, kickstart a plan of getting up at 6 a.m. instead of 9 a.m. like before. In order to that, so I went to bed really early before 11 p.m. on the day before, and I set the alarm to ring at full volume at 6 a.m. So fortunately, I could successfully wake up and get out of bed at that time that I planned, even though that was not really, not very wide awake, actually. So I made myself a cup of coffee to help me more awake, and I started to read newspapers. But, that reading made me even more sleepy, so that I almost fell asleep on the table after
yes.
finishing like 2 pages of the newspapers. So after that occasions, I think that I'm born to be a night owl. And I will never try to
Me
adopt
too.
the habit
Me
of
too.
early again.
I hate morning. I really hate morning though. I just don't like morning at all. Anyway, okay, so Tường, do you know anyone who likes to get up early?
Well, I think that the elderly tend to do so, like my grandmother and my grandparents. You know, it may be because the older ones get, the less, you know, the hormone inside the body that helps people sleep become less. You know, because the elderly cannot sleep deeply. They're sleeping just like over 4 hours each night, so that they could not get into the deep sleep and sleep straight 8 to 9 hours one night. Um, but okay, so in addition to that, some people who work far away from their homes have to get up at dawn for the jobs as well. I think that they often have to get up early 1 or 2 hours to get ready for work
Oh my
because
god, it's terrible.
in terms of traffic jams,
You
they do
sounds
not
like
want.
you sounds like some people whose homes is in Cà Mau and they have to work in Ho Chi Minh City. They have to take like what? They have to take like an airplane to go to work or something. Nghe giống vậy quá. Nhà Cà Mau xong cái nhà Cà Mau xong đi đi làm việc ở Hồ Chí Minh. That sounds funny. Okay, but sometimes people, yeah, you're right. Sometimes people who you know, they live very far away from their work place and they really have to go a long way to their work and go back. It's terrible, I know. Now, so Trung, please, do you know anyone who likes to get up early? Not me, okay?
Yeah. Okay, so my parents like to get up early. Okay, extremely early. Like my father can get up around 3, and my mother can get up around 4. So my father has a passion for the forest. He has to get up early so that he can go up to the mountain, you know, and enjoy whatever he doesn't share with me. And my mother has to get up early to go swimming in the beach. So my parents can be considered extremely early birds.
Oh my god, extremely early bird. Sometimes I think I don't understand why people have to get up early. It's terrible.
No, I really love to get up early. You know, in the morning everything is fresh. You can
Oh really?
and
I never know that about you.
you can enjoy the sunshine. The sunshine in the morning is valuable. Valuable. Yeah. And getting yourself exposed to the sun before 8 a.m. Is a good way to absorb the D vitamin, and the D vitamin with which then will be, you know, turned into serotonin or the happiness hormones.
No, it's not. It's serotonin. Yes, exactly. The happiness hormone. Yes, but to be honest with you, it depends on the cases, I think.
So I believe and I do experience that getting the sunshine in the morning make me happier. Yeah. And like it's to me it's a natural way to be happy. Yeah.
Natural way to be happy. I see. Okay. So, Trung, why do people get up early now? What do you think are the reason why people get up early? It must be a lot of things. It's not just because they want to be happy, huh? There are a lot of reasons, I'm sure.
One reason why people get up early is there's not there are not many people on the street at early hours. Yeah. Okay. And like they say, the early bird get the worms. So get up early. When getting up early, people think they have more time for a day, and more time with more time they can do more things. Yeah.
I see. Right, okay, so Tường, please, so what kinds of occasions need people to arrive early? What do you think?
Well, I guess the occasions that need to, like, for example, if you go on a trip that with your colleges or your classmates, you need to arrive on time in order not to make a delay for your trip. So that's why people have to arrive early or even earlier on the time or be on time in order not to make the trip delayed as well. The other occasions that need people to arrive much earlier is that when you go on event, because there will be so many customers and clients on that event, so we need to arrive on time in order not to make a delay for the whole events and occasions.
I see. But Tường, tell me, why do people get up early then? You said you don't like to get up early, just like me. But do you know the reason why people get up early? Think about the thing I just said before, you know?
Oh, I guess that there are thousands of reasons why people like to get up early. Uh, from what I read for it, I think that getting up early brings people many benefits. Like the most prime one is that bodies will have more time to get ready for the activities in the following day, later in the day with some relaxing activities. So I guess that the earlier when one get up, the more time one do a lot of things. So like we can do more things we want instead of sleeping in. So I guess that we will have more time to arrange our plans or like recheck our things before getting ready for a new day.
I see. So, Tường, why do some people like to stay up late? So now we're talking about something else. Why do people like to stay up late then? What do you think?
I think that because usually they spend most of the day time, distracted from their important tasks, surfing the internet, watching films, or chatting with their friends. And when the day is about to finish, they just freak out and rush to complete the work, just like me. More and besides, maybe the silence at night gives people quiet space to be more concentrate or working or studying. Then the motivation of sleeping assists you in meeting deadlines.
Say again? What do you say? What do you say?
Like the motivation of getting to sleep will assist you in meeting deadlines.
Okay. The motivation to go to sleep. Like see that. I'm not so sure I understand exactly what you said by that. Okay, but what do you think, Trung? Why do some people like to stay up late?
In my opinion, there are some reasons why people stay up late. The first reason can be that
Yes.
the first reason that they need to do some shady things.
Shady business hả? Làm những điều mà nó bất hợp pháp phi pháp hả?
They need to wait for people to go to bed so that they can jump into their actions. Yeah.
A lot of people like that around, yeah.
Yeah. Another reason can be contributed to the silence. Especially when a student or an employee need to finish a job, they need the silence, and they need to be alone. And the night can provide them with the feeling of being alone, so that they can focus on finishing their work. Yeah. Okay. So these are the two reasons that I can think of to explain why the people enjoy staying up late. Yeah.
I see. Right, okay. We can go to the next one now. Describe someone who is older than you that you admire. Miêu tả ai đó già hơn mình mà mình rất là ngưỡng mộ. It can be anybody who's older than you that you admire, you know. It doesn't have to be a daddy or a mommy, you know. It reminds me of a very terrible jokes. Someone say, "Who's your daddy?" You know, I'm just joking. Okay, miêu tả người nào già hơn mình mà mình ngưỡng mộ. You should say, who this person is, người này là ai vậy? Let me just bring this one down and I'll bring it up. Okay. Người này là ai vậy? How you knew this person? Làm thế nào mình biết người này? What kinds of things you like to do together? Bạn thích làm những gì cùng nhau? And explain how you feel about this person. Và giải thích bạn cảm thấy thế nào về cái người này. And then part 3. What can young and old people learn from each other? Người trẻ và người già có thể học được gì từ nhau? Has old people's life quality improved when compared to the past? Khi được so sánh với quá khứ đi. Khi được so sánh với trong quá khứ thì là cái tiêu chuẩn chất lượng sống của người già nó có cải thiện không? So với trong quá khứ. Next one, why is there a generation gap between the young and the old? Tại sao lại nó có một cái khoảng trống thế hệ giữa người trẻ và người già? And what do old people usually do in their daily life? Người già thường làm gì trong đời sống hàng ngày của họ? Okay, you have some time now. Alright, Tường, please describe someone who is older than you that you admire.
Well, I'm going to talk about a person that I really look up to, and she's my grandmother. For the reason that I spent my whole childhood with her, so we got a very strong bond and a very, good working relationship. So here's some reasons that make her become a very respectful person in my whole life. So the very first fact about her is that she's a very caring and kind person that I've ever known. Back to those first days, it was quite tough for me. But she was always there to help me when I was in need, to lift me up when I felt so blue and under the weather from time to time. I mean, she always offered me help more than enough, more than what I could ever ask for. And another thing that makes her become a magnet in my eyes is that she always held a very upbeat, energetic, and positive perspective in everything. She taught me how to look on the bright side of everything, almost everything, how to make the most of every single situation, no matter how hard it could be. And also she taught me how to always keep striving for the better. So when I'm getting older, as a teenager right now, I've changed my eyes on viewing the world differently in a very positive and optimistic way. So these are my feelings when I have such a grandmother like her in my life, and I feel so great and blessed to be a granddaughter of her. She's just my best friend in my childhood because my parents have worked far away from home for almost a whole day. So I spent most of the time at home, staying at home with my grandparents.
Okay, I feels like it's a bit too long, I think. Sometimes I feel like this one is a bit too long, yeah. Yeah, but
Okay.
all the parts was covered, I say. And a sweet story about your grandmother as well. It was a sweet story about your grandmother, yeah? Okay, so Mr. Trung, please describe someone who is older than you that you admire, can you?
Yeah. Um, Speaking about someone who is older than me that I admire, I would like to tell you about my grandmother.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so she is my flesh and blood. Yes,
She's my what? She's my what? Please.
flesh, flesh and blood. You know, right?
Why would you use that expression, nah? If
Yeah,
you
yeah.
she's your grandmother, of course, she's your relative,
Okay,
right?
okay. So I really love my grandmother because she is very kind to me. Okay, and she was extremely patient with me, and she has a good lexical resources when it comes to Vietnamese idioms.
Okay.
Okay, so I learned a lot from her. Uh, there's one thing that I regretted. Uh, it is I didn't spend much time with my grandmother in the past because uh, she was always in the kitchen and I was very clumsy, so I couldn't help her very much. Okay. Uh, s- Now my grandmother has gone away, but I do.
What do you mean gone away? She passed away, right?
Yeah, passed away.
She passed away.
Yeah, she passed away. But I do feel, um, you know, grateful
Of course, you
uh,
should feel grateful, yes.
about my grandmother. She's the only side whenever I mean I don't have a good relationship with my parents, and she was my only side. Every time there was a war, a family war, Okay, so father and mother is on one side, and me and my grandmother was on the other side. Okay, and yeah,
And
and thanks to my grandmother, I know a lot of about Vietnamese literature, okay, Vietnamese literature and idiom. Yeah,
come on,
and
you have only 2
she
minutes for this one, careful.
and
Đừng có
yeah,
đi
yeah,
quá xa. Come on, có 2 phút thôi
okay,
đó nha, cho Park xưa đó.
okay, okay, yeah, and I do appreciate my grandmother. Okay, yeah.
Okay. Alright, good. Now, Mr. Trung, what can young and old people learn from each other? What do you think?
Okay. I think young people can learn from old people's experience, and uh, and the old ones
Yes.
can learn to be patient with the younger ones. Yeah, that's my opinion.
Alright, so what do you think, Tường? What can young and old people learn from each other?
Mm. Well, I think that young generations are often more familiar with the latest trends and technology, so they can keep the elderly updated on these things. We can for example, my grandmother used to do not know how to use Facebook, and I had to spend a few hours helping her create an account and then connect with her friends on Facebook. So now she's very active on Facebook, even more active than I am. And vice versa, talking about the younger generations, we can learn a lot from our older ones. Like youngsters can ask older people for advice on every single aspect in their life.
Aspects.
Aspect in their life, like such as work, study, or friendship. Like although our world is changing rapidly, some things remains the same, so that old people can help us with their wealth of experience. And like when you talk with an old person, we can also learn about life in the past, which is also very interesting as well.
Okay. Well, that sounds great, yeah. Okay, so Mr. Trung, has old people's life quality improved when compared to the past? Think about the fact that they can get very good medical treatment these days, and also the food and entertainment and life expectancy, kỳ vọng sống bây giờ nó tăng dữ lắm so với là ngày xưa. Life expectancy, kỳ vọng sống.
Yeah, so
Yes.
Okay, about the old people's life quality, the notion of improve depends on people, on the old people, not on the society, because some old people I know enjoy their simple living, while the other old people have a high standard of life quality. So it's really hard to tell whether the old people's life quality has improved or not. Yeah, it depends on the old people's view of life quality. Yeah.
Okay, very well. Right, okay, so what do you think? Has old people's quality of life improved when compared to the past then?
Well, I think that since today's life has become more, affluent, like in the last 20 and 30 years, that it helps the elderly in many ways. Well, talking about the devices that help people getting more updated to the modern society with their younger generation, and especially when almost, they will have more time and some favorable condition to enjoy the life more than in the past.
Careful,
And
life không có the nha các bạn. Remember, life's without the. To enjoy life, not the life.
well,
To enjoy
than
life. Yes, what about it?
Well, due to the fact that they would have more time and more favorable condition, because all the hospitals and some places that will cause an excitement for the elderly has appeared up in such a current area like today. So I think that some seniors' lives have changed so much, and probably we'll have such cases in the near future as well.
I see. Right, so Tường, why is there a generation gap between the young and the old?
Well, I think that generation gaps are caused by not only between the age difference between young people, their parents, and their grandparents, but it also caused by differences in opinion between the two generations. It can be differences in beliefs and their viewpoints and their mindset, because they will cause misunderstandings between the two generations as well. Like maybe that we will have another viewpoint of the same matters or problems in order to our parents, because our parents experience a quite different life and childhood from us, so that they will have another different viewpoint for the matter that we have to face today.
Okay.
Like for example, my cousin want to study the different career and jobs, but their parents do not allow her to study that career, because they would say that career would not earn a lot of money, so that they would lead her to another path, but that's not her passion. That job will cause her from freedom limitation, so she doesn't like that as well.
Okay. Right, I see. So the generation gap is actually a real thing. Imagine if someone who is born 6 or 7 years older than you. They have already think many things in their life differently from you, yeah? What do you think about it, Trung? Why is there a generation gap between the young and the old?
Oh yeah. To answer this question, we must break down into the meaning of the generation gap. What is a generation? What is
Exactly, what is that then?
Generation gaps? According to my experience and my knowledge, a generation gap is a difference in the mindset between the people coming from different age groups. So, for example, the young people, they experience different things from what the old people have experienced, as because the difference in experience results in the difference in the mindset. So generation gap does exist, and however there are ways to break the generation gap between people, or to connect the difference between people. So based on my experience, if there is a generation gap and a will, okay, um, to mend, or to remove this gap, the old people and the new people must talk with each other. Communication is key. Yeah.
Okay, to talk to each other is the key, right? You mean communication is the key, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Communication is the key to reduce the gap. Cố gắng làm sao nó cải thiện cái câu trả lời. Try this again. Okay, thử lại câu này đi. Why is there a generation gap between the young and the old?
Yeah, to answer this question, we must we must find the meaning of a generation gap.
Yes.
What is a generation gap? So based on my experience and my knowledge, a generation gap is the difference in the mindset from the young people and the old people. Because the young people experience the things which are different from what the old people have experienced, and different experience results in different mindset. So this is where the generation gap happens. And to narrow down the generation gap between the generations. The young and the old need to communicate with each
Okay.
other.
I see. All right, good. So, what do old people usually do in their daily life then? Of course, they do a lot of different activities, not just sit there and complaining. Or maybe I'll become like a complaining little papa. Who knows? Let's hope not. Let's hope not.
I think you're right. I know some old people. They just sit there and complain all day. Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah, that's my neighbor. To be honest.
They're terrible people around.
Yeah.
Sometimes just want to shut them out. Slam the door.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah. And they, they are like the camera run on foot.
Of course, they're like a camera. They're just very nosy, you know. People often very nosy. So everything happened, they know it. Hay chĩa mũi vào chuyện người khác.
Okay, they run camera.
So you know the word nose, right? Nosy mean people who love to basically know everything about the other people and their activities, and they talk about it and they spread rumors.
Yeah.
Yes, you can go now. You can go now. Are you going to the football match or what?
Yeah.
No.
Go and rest, okay? You need to have a good health. Come on, go and rest, folks. All right. Okay, so let's continue now. Trung, what do you say?
I mean, I'm sorry, I forgot. Not only rumor, but the judgments. Yeah. Yeah. So it was really hard for the people they target at.
Okay, so what do you think, Tường? What do old people usually do in their daily life then?
Well, I think it depends. Like some of them would like to take care of their grandchildren and it takes up their time. And some of them take care of each other, like both of my grandparents, they spend almost all day together. While my grandfather do some like gardening or watering the plants, and my grandmother would do some cooking or baking, just for fun. And maybe in the warmer weather, you will see couples of them would go outside to go for a walk or do some yoga or playing chess as well.
Okay. Playing chess, huh? It's been a long time since the last time I saw old people playing chess. But most of the time they play poker and, mahjong, right? Mạc trượt á. Mahjong, right? It's a game that it's a Chinese game, I think. It's called mahjong. So people sit in front of like a table like this. You know what it is, Trung? Have you seen it in movies?
Yeah. A lot of in movie.
In a lot of movies, they have something like that. So old people, they often play. Oh wow, how mahjong become American? Wow, look at this one. Wow, sounds like it's getting more popular. And people can play play cards, play poker together, Okay, that's a great way to kill time, Okay, so let's do one more, which is part 2. I want you guys to do one more part 2. Let me see. So there's a lot of them. We still have a lot actually. But they are all like, how can I say, part 2 plus part 3, okay? Or maybe that's it, I think. Okay, that's the end of my videos. Please like, share this video with your friends, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and press on the bell button next to the subscribe button so you can get notified about my new uploads, okay? You can also press follow my Facebook, but please don't add me on Facebook as friends, okay? Cảm ơn các bạn đã theo dõi nha. Các bạn hãy nhấn vào like, chia sẻ video này bạn bè các bạn. Nhấn vào nút đăng ký kênh YouTube mình và nút cái chuông kế bên cạnh để đăng ký kênh đó, để mà các bạn sẽ được thông báo về những video mới nha. Các bạn cũng có thể nhấn vào nút theo dõi Facebook mình, nhưng nhớ đừng kết bạn Facebook mình nha. Thank you and see you. Bye.